John Cena vs. the Fiend Bray Wyatt wasn't a match. It was an ethereal experience. Even if you're not a Bray Wyatt fan, it's a surreal paragon of masterful storytelling and the pinnacle of cinematic wrestling. If you are a Bray Wyatt fan like myself, it is everything you could ever want and more. It was exactly what Wyatt needed after that absolute cluster that we don't talk about. No amount of words can do this gem justice.
Why the fuck I do that? Tell me why the fuck I do that? 2 Rex on some Gucci shoes. Why the fuck do I do that? Tell me why the fuck do I do that? Who's there with you in the room? Why the fuck do you do that? Tell me why the fuck do you do that? Girl, you know that I'ma die real soon. Why the fuck do you do that? Tell me why the fuck do you do that? Give me a break from break from all this bullshit. Give me a break from all this bullshit. Give me a break. Give me a break.
Hello everyone. Good morning, afternoon, evening, whatever time you're at right now. Remember when wrestling was fun? Yeah, I remember. Some people will disagree, and that's fine. WrestleMania 41 is right around the corner and will be the final WrestleMania in which John Cena competes. And wouldn't you know, he sold his soul to The Rock. But instead of talking about that, I want to reminisce about simpler times. Funnily enough, it was during the COVID era. As you know by now if you watched a certain tribute video, I love Bray Wyatt. The character, his promos, everything. He's my favorite wrestler of all time. What more can I say? I will die on that hill when I say he was the last good Universal Champion and the final one as far as I'm concerned. Nothing happened after SummerSlam. Payback 2020 does not exist. I may not be as huge of a fan of the wrestler as C Wrestling and Wrestling Wizard are, but I still love them with all my heart. Which is why WrestleMania 37 is so insulting because it destroyed everything about him that I loved. One day, folks. One day. The beginning of lockdown was pretty depressing to say the least, but Bray helped me get through it. Out of all his matches I've watched so far, my pick for his best match has to go to the Firefly Fun House match at WrestleMania 36. The last good WrestleMania before we were forced to endure these piles of garbage. Thankfully, WrestleMania Extra Large redeemed WWE in my eyes. Until I stopped caring, but that's beside the point. And what better way to celebrate the 5th anniversary of this masterpiece than to make a video praising it? Super Showdown 2020 was a steaming pile of cow manure and the 3rd and final event under that name. And I sincerely hope it stays that. To say people were livid with The Fiend vs. Goldberg would be an understatement to end all understatements. Sadly, you'll always have small-minded fans with zero respect for your intelligence who say mindless shit like,
if the reaction was more reasonable and level-headed, things would be better. Look, maybe you're getting a bit out of hand with your overreaction here. It's not as bad as you think, and if anything, you're making it worse. So much of their audience is contrived of overgrown man-children who get overly emotional about everything that the show does slightly wrong.
Wow! You're an idiot!
John Cena vs. the Fiend Bray Wyatt wasn't a match. It was an ethereal experience. Even if you're not a Bray Wyatt fan, it's a surreal paragon of masterful storytelling and the pinnacle of cinematic wrestling. If you are a Bray Wyatt fan like myself, it is everything you could ever want and more. It was exactly what Wyatt needed after that absolute cluster that we don't talk about. No amount of words can do this gem justice. So I'll let them do most of the talking. This is a love letter to the Firefly Fun House match. Things start off pretty normal, but it does not take long for this match to be turned on its head.
Welcome to Russell.
Then an episode from the greatest TV show of all time plays, The Firefly Fun House.
friendship that'll never ever end.
Oh. There's another world that exists beyond our realm of comprehension. A world where our darkest urges are no longer kept secret. A world where gods, monsters, angels, and demons are neighbors. Who are we really? And why do we do the things that we do? Hey, John, let's take a real deep look at who you really are. You're about to face your most dangerous opponent yet. Yourself! Welcome to the Firefly Fun House!
After Bray Wyatt leaves, John Cena finds himself in the Firefly Fun House and Ramblin' Rabbit appears.
Hey, dude! John Cena! Sup, John? You looking for Bray, dude? I saw him! He went through that door!
The moment Cena exited the room, all hope was lost. He is all alone in the dark until Mr. McMahon shows up and threatens him.
John Cena! Do you have enough ruthless aggression to reach for the stars as you never have before? Show me! Or you're fired!
Bray Wyatt mimics Kurt Angle, and JC approaches him in his debut attire. Little does he know, the lovable but sinister goof is in control.
What makes you think you got what it takes to hang with Bray Wyatt?
Ruthless aggression!
Wow! Whoever thought this was actually gonna work? I'm not gonna lie, this is pretty embarrassing, you know?
Ruthless aggression!
Oh, John. I am literally living your biggest failure right now. I'm not gonna lie. It's sad. I guess I can see why you almost got fired, right?
Ruthless aggression!
Woo-hoo! You can look, but you can't touch.
Ruthless aggression!
Then Cena and Wyatt cut an 80s style promo and it kicks ass.
What's up, brothers? My tag team partner is such a physical specimen, you can't help but worship him. Why? Because that's what being a stud is all about. Having muscles. So without any further ado, I'd like to introduce you to my tag team partner, Johnny Large. Yeah, that's right, Big Daddy. Let me tell you something, because the fact of the matter is, when the rubber hits the road, the cream rises to the top. Somebody say something about WrestleMania day and night. You're gonna pay for the whole seat and use only the edge. I mean, my God, the power of the people is What you gonna do, brother, when you realize that egomania has been running wild on you?
After that insanity, Cena's attire changes to his Doctor of Thuganomics persona. And he enters the ring with Wyatt, and he is about to kick the hornet's nest.
Now I'm the Doctor of Thuganomics. I just switched like that in mid-fight. The audience will be excited. They just went from 6 to midnight. Oh, I get your little joke. I can only talk in rhyme, right? Fine, I still shine. You ain't taking away my limelight. If all I got is rapping, I use it to my advantage. Because unlike Husky Harris, it's a weight that I can manage. You've been a disappointment since they brought you to the dance. You were for opportunity. You're blowing every chance.
After Cena roasts the shit out of him, Wyatt responds with the following truth.
chances. How dare you talk to me about chances, John Cena? I have had to earn everything I've ever been given in life, and still they're taken from me. You're the golden goose, John. Your chances, they're unlimited. You're untouchable. But you're not a hero, John. You're a bully. You're a horrible person. You take the weaknesses of others and you turn them into jokes. You would do anything for fame, John. Congratulations. You're the man now, John. Poor, lonely John Cena.
This quote reminded me why I despise WWE with a passion. All the countless number of times when him was fucked over, from not being the one to end The Undertaker's WrestleMania streak, getting humiliated by The Rock, which I find rather distasteful, losing to Randy Orton at WrestleMania not once, but twice, losing the Universal Championship to a part-timer in less than 4 minutes, and losing it yet again to WWE's biggest cash cow after only holding it for a week.
Well, I'm done.
This is your last chance, man. The floor is yours.
John takes a minute to reflect on what he has said before hardening his heart.
You in the doctor's house trying to get up in my face? All you really get is these nuts up in your face.
This turned out to be a horrible mistake, as Wyatt uses his own chain against him. Remember when John defeated Bray at WrestleMania 30? That was always the big bad.
I was the color red in a world full of black and white. I had the whole world in my hands. Abigail spoke of this day my entire life. You were supposed to be a man of the people. Then why weren't you listening? Hear them now, John. They wanted me. They needed me. This was supposed to be a prophecy fulfilled. But instead, it's my grandest failure. It's time to rewrite my own story. Run.
The Ethereal Worlds is about to execute his signature Sister Abigail move on the Nation leader when he offers the man of hustle, loyalty, and respect the same choice he gave him 6 years ago.
6 years ago, you made the wrong choice, cowboy. Fix it.
This time,
Fix it, John.
Cena embraces the darkness.
Fix it!
The new face of fear wanted to turn him into a monster, and he succeeded. Bray Wyatt mimics Eric Bischoff, and the champ makes his entrance, this time as Hollywood JC. Cena finally snaps and proceeds to beat down Wyatt. The puppets beg him to stop as flashbacks of Cena's losses are shown and the Cena sucks chants are played over and over again. The host of the Firefly Fun House is replaced by Huskus the Pig Boy and Cena ends his barrage of fists. Only now did he understand how far he had fallen. But by then, it was too late. it was time for him to pay the piper.
This WrestleMania match is going to accomplish what should have happened 6 years ago. Ending the existence of the most overhyped, overvalued, overprivileged WWE superstar in existence.
JC disappears from the ring, leaving only the Fiend as he says his iconic catchphrase.
Let me in.
And that was the Firefly Fun House match. Yowie wowie! That was cinema. As Wyndham's first and only WrestleMania victory, this was long overdue. By having JC eat his own words, the Fiend revealed his true self. A flawed hero who doesn't care who he has to bury, as long as he's in the spotlight. Despite all the bullshit he went through, it was proof that the Fiend wasn't beyond salvation. It set a path for a brighter future. But the sad reality is that good times never last. The ending of SummerSlam 2020 was the beginning of the end of his glory. It didn't have to be this way. But no. WWE just had to ferociously rip out my heart with Roman's return in his Payback 2020 victory. And for what? Just to appeal to people who are willing to white knight their terrible decisions while ganging up on anyone who dares put their foot down without remorse.
Don't ask questions. Just consume product and then get excited for next product.
And it only got worse from here. After Wyndham passed, my love for wrestling died with him. Even with the Wyatt 6, it's just not the same. He will always be my superstar, my face of world wrestling entertainment. No matter how many years pass, the joy I feel watching him on my screen will never fade. And as for the Firefly Fun House match, it was fun, satisfying, and an absolute triumph. Therefore, I am giving this a perfect 10 out of 10. Thanks for watching, everyone. I wasn't sure if I should make this video or not, but I figured it would be lame to make a post about it instead. Plus, I could get a little payback on WWE for privating the full match on YouTube, which was released on my birthday. I mean, come on, man. That being said, I hope you enjoyed. If you're looking for more videos like this one, then you're in luck. I have a playlist featuring every single episode I made on this channel so far. I hope you enjoy them. Before I go, I have one more announcement to make. I actually have an Instagram account. If you want to see more of my art, why not check it out? Who knows? I think I'm in the mood for opening art commissions again. Until next time, this is Bray Wyatt, and I'm out. Take care, everyone.